creators of a augmented reality photo booth. How many of you have already experienced Pokemon Go? Yes, it is there.
I just let it alert.
Pokemon Go has now proven the concept of augmented and augmented reality through your devices, whether it's cell phones, tablets, or other kind of devices. We developed this about a year and a half ago out of something being unique for trade shows. So this device here, we run from a 22-inch monitor to a 55-inch monitor for trade shows. So suddenly we have a photo booth sitting at your trade show that everybody comes up to because it's big and huge, and now they interact with it. Being able to go on here, get two people up. Come on, my clicker. You got to move into the screen. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, interact with the thing, and there we go. And now we have a augmented reality. People interacting with an icon that does not really exist in the real world. So it's actually funny when you look at the before and after shots on things on that. Thank you. That's the on-off button. So the big sellers is obviously my. Those are the big sellers there, the ones that really get people to interact. Now, what do I use those for? It's everything from mascots. So if you Tampa Bay Rays, we put their mascot out there. I forgot his name already, and he was photobombing. Yes. So Raymond was photobombing the people out there at that point. So we just had all the icons related to that and different poses on them, and he was doing photobombs of pictures. People love interacting with that. The little kids and stuff love really interacting with it because we do weddings and we do parties, and when they have kids, I become their babysitter, and I do not like doing that kind of work. So what we're doing is we're basically turning photographs into cash or leads, depending on the nature of your business. Everybody has a problem in the industry. How many of you actually know what print photographs are anymore? How many of you actually get a print once in a while, right? They're so rare to come by. So how do you develop something that we can both do prints and be able to do it on smartphones? So what happens is this particular device here, it has a cell phone connection. So every time the photographs are made, it automatically uploads and syncs it to our website. So you're able to go to your website on your smartphone and be able to gain access to those photos with your smartphone. Now, where's the benefit of that? You are, let's say you're a used car shop or a new car shop, doesn't matter, and you want to go in leads. You have a party and you got people coming in. Suddenly now within that party environment, you get somebody to snap a Photoshop. And on the bottom of these things, you can then go ahead and issue tickets. Coupons type thing. What happens with a photograph when they go home with it? Hangs up in your refrigerator. And therefore you got now marketing material. So that's what we call augmented reality. So therefore what you see here is top part is the actual picture, the bottom part is your marketing campaign or your event campaign, stuff like that. All these graphics are customizable for I always make these things great.
Touch the screen.
So the guests, we create the backgrounds, customized backgrounds. We can create customized icons relating to your event, so it can just be related to you. But we also have to take the old-fashioned way, which is every one of those hats. And so we still have to go out and do physical props and stuff. We're never going to get away from physical props because people enjoy that too much. So currently our ongoing client that we continuously use right now is everything from Ecker Kids, where they do campaigns and make their events become marketable or promotable and stuff like that. So we go out with their events and running that. We do Ecker Kids, Kind Mouse, Sir Winston, Fergs, Tampa Bay Wedding Company, and we do the yearly event with Delaware at this point. So what we're trying to do is to scale. How do we take something like this and scale this kind of business? Well, we're looking at trying to do a business as a service model, which is similar to like we all call Uber, right? You don't own anything, you just rent everything. As a business entrepreneur, we provide you everything, and you pay a monthly fee to use it all the time. When you're done, then you just ship it all back, and your fee's over at that point. So we would completely run the back end, everything, provide leads, all that kind of stuff for you, so you just go out and do the business. That way we don't have to hire people, right? So our future development is everything from a video version that we developed already on here. So with the video version, which is the next big thing, will be an instant And as well as the other part is instant text of that picture. So at the end of the picture, you can enter your cell phone number and be able to text it off at that point. So to give you a quick example, I want to go back. This is what it looks like for the augmented reality dancing video. That right now it's not on that box, and there's a reason, because the amount of horsepower is too much horsepower to fit in that computer right now. So I still have to figure out how to scale it down, make it less hardware, and require to make something like this happen. So people just literally stand in a room, they see the icons, they select it, and they dance with it. So that's the next thing that we're doing for parties and events on there. So that becomes a really, they love it. That becomes a big party functionality too. So my name again, I'm Rod Homesteader, and with SuitePhoto, 4K, Studio 4K, we're developers of unique systems. So now, we're ready. So what kind of questions do we have? Yes, sir.
Is that a new company you started, or did you add to already? Were you a photographer before, or is that something that you're following up, or a new idea that you were doing something else before?
It's both. It came from initially we were asked by a client for something unique because we do digital displays too. So they came and said, we're looking for something unique at this trade show. And that's how we came up with this idea. And we put it on a 55-inch monitor, and then put a touch screen process over it, so it knew where people were, and that's how it started. So after that, then it's like, what if we scale it down, make a consumer version of it, and go after the photo market anyway? And then went after that. So we do it both on the smaller scale, because we noticed what was happening in the photo booth industry is all run by one company. Virtually everybody, all photo booth people buy a software called Darkroom. And that's what all it is. It's not touch interactive in any way. It's just, you have a tablet, you push take picture, it snaps the picture. That's all it does. It doesn't augment in any other way. So we decided to put all that together and make it more of a different way for marketing needs is really what it's about. So for business and consumers.
And how do you promote it to consumers?
There's several different ways of how your promotion goes right now. One is obviously through third-party websites, which is Thumbtack, Gigmasters, and Amazon right now. So those leads come into you because they're actively going out marketing themselves as your lead providers or as your company that you can connect with. So that's one source. The other source is going to trade shows relating to weddings, to bouquets. Those become more cost valid or better price range people when they're at a wedding show. When they're on a Thumbtack or a Amazon, they're shopping based on price. So they're controlling the price mechanism at that point, so you have to follow within there. On average, we're running with those kind of leads about 100 to 125 an hour. Okay.
Well, with the development of sort of online products very similar to what you're doing, are you finding that that's helping or hindering the business going forward? Is it competing directly? Are you finding that it's bringing more acknowledgement about what you guys are actually doing?
Pumping everything into social networking, yeah, we try to do a lot of that, or, to do it where these photos, working with a little bit with the Facebook API, I'm trying to get it to auto-tag the photos within everything too. So if it comes on a page, it would auto-tag people, and then that helps promote. But the main thing is we don't actively, on our displays all the time, pump our stuff in it for weddings and events, so we pump their information on it a lot of times. We're looking at expanding that and adding ours all the time in there, but it might be the word tacky, so to speak, too, for weddings. But with corporate events, then it's dealing with their lawyers at that point, what's allowed to be put down on the bottom of the screen. Because when we do it for a lot of the companies, they have very tight restrictions on what they can do. So I can't promote my business, but I promote their business. Like Dell World, I can never promote anything of ours. So everything of this looks like it's Dell. So yes, moving online, I will tell you that depending on the age, these people here will definitely be on their phones and look at this and wow, this is something different. Meanwhile, when we deal with people in their later 50s, they're still looking for the photographs and the paper itself. paper, to run the picture itself out, we use a photo printer. Our cost is around 15 cents per print out at that point to make it happen.
Can you talk more about your revenue model, the different ways that you make money now and how you perceive that changing in the future?
The way we want to, right, where we are right now, is we developed and we're actively selling ourselves, okay? But that's not where we're gonna stay, because otherwise you grow in other cities, requires employees, all right? And honestly, it's gig work, it's not a daily thing that people do, so that's why we developed the idea of business as a service. So what would happen if you're a person who wants to make more money on the weekend or something, then we need to consult with a lawyer all the way through. So what I'm saying here is not in stone in any way, because I've not consulted with a franchise lawyer. We don't want to go with a franchise model, but instead a way where somebody could pay a fee upfront. Here's this one, and it's valid for now 6 months, and in that monthly rate, or then every month we take this amount of money it's going to cost, and then we send you leads. Then we're maintaining your website, we maintain the software, we maintain the hardware. So you have nothing to worry about. All you have to do is just go out there and sell yourself. Is really what our model we want to get to with this. All right. The other competitors that we're looking at, they've all moved into tablet environments. So what you're doing is you buy your iPad, you buy their software for $2.99, and then you pay a monthly fee for them to host it on your website. That's what they're doing. All right, so we're taking the same thing, except we don't want to go tablet-based, because I think with the amount of tablet things going, it will devalue this industry, because as soon as you put tablets in front of people, they'll look at that and say, oh, that's nothing more than just a tablet. I don't need to rent this. So that's why we don't want to go that way. We want to make it look special.
So this is kind of a multiple part question. My first, you guys were originally a hardware company for digital displays.
No, we're the development software side of things. So we do everything from video, displays, and stuff like that. So we do software development. Hardware we buy off-the-shelf hardware that we find out there, and then put this together. This was all put together with off-the-shelf hardware.
And so how long have you guys been doing augmented reality software?
Myself, probably about 3 years, I think, about now. Other kind of things with corporations. This is the first thing that we're putting towards more of the larger scale, or taking an idea and trying to make more than just a client-specific thing.
Okay, and kind of expanding on what you just said about the iPads, what's keeping you from, instead of having to deal with all the hardware aspect of it, selling it as a service that anyone can use on their iPad, so then it's actually easier, more available to people. They can just pay you to have users.
That has been one of the thoughts that we do argue with ourselves too, to go, what if we make it so you don't need photo booth companies anymore? And that is something we have talked about and argued with too. And that's what we are. There are 2 companies doing that right now in that market space, where they have an app for your phone to eliminate photo booth rentals. And then but they don't ever print. And that's the thing. They don't make a print design ever. If you want print, you go to the website, have to go pay photo, and pay for your prints. So it is an idea we talked about.
You may have mentioned this in your presentation, but where did you learn how to do this, and where did you
I'm just moving icons around.
I've been a software developer.
Yeah, so they're just like a drag and drop.
Yeah, drag and
So you can
drop.
always change these icons
Yep.
down here to anything that fits the company's needs. These just happen to be popular ones that we've used in a wedding.
Right. So this is like a big one at trade shows where they all love holding a big drink.
Yeah.
So they love to hold a big drink.
And then this unit takes a picture of that.
Yes.
Got it. Got it.
And then on the picture, it actually comes out and everything's right in on the picture. So it looks like it's part of really that design on everything here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's where, and so on the real live picture and everything, that's where you see the icons being presented on. And of course, then you also have just the regular prompts too.
So, I keep hearing you talking about trade shows. I was at a trade show last week, and they had companies like GDS and Freight, your furniture and all that. And there's always an audio video PSAB.
Yep.
So we spent $500 to rent a 60-inch touchscreen TV
Yep.
for a couple of days, right? So these show vendors are already stocking and stacking these touchscreen displays, and I don't think at first I wouldn't come in with a 20-inch display for presentation because everybody thinks, oh, why wouldn't I use an iPad? But if that's important to carry in, but if you show, hey, I've got a 30 or 40-inch touchscreen screen, you differentiate yourself. Okay, well, he's not talking about an iPad. I can actually see this thing being a trade show booth. But then if your strategy was to, and they're just in it to make, make more money, keep upselling methods. I could have paid to have more cookies and popcorn booth, right? Anything they can do to upsell your booth. So if you made something that easily plug and play with the national trade show vendors, existing touch screens that were out there, and maybe it's the camera, the printer, the software, and bundle it up in a way where they can sell it to trade show vendors. For me, that's what I would.
Yeah, it's trying to move it, it's getting into those connections and getting to those people, but yeah, that is actually how it all came about, is from a trade show. We had this hooked up to a 55-inch monitor, so it's become dominant in their trade show booth, and that's what it was developed for originally.
So I guess it's called, have you had any meetings or what's your progress on trying to connect with PSAD or the other big national equipment?
Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to talk with PSAB for legal reasons, so that's why on that one. Events that happened in the past with them. But yeah, that's where I'm always trying to get into the next level of things on that, move it into more into the ratio and the big food companies and stuff. But yeah, that's because all of what needed, they provide a touchscreen, that provide the hardware, computer, and that's it. They're ready to go. All right. Any other things? Otherwise, we are, yes, sir?
Did I hear you right? You said you had 125 leads per hour that were coming in through different sources. Did I hear you correctly when you said 125 leads were coming in from different sources?
Yeah.
How are you?
We have to validate them, and you don't want to bid on every single lead or take every one of them, because some of them are just window shoppers. So you look at the area they're in, and then you look at what they wrote and how much effort from those leads that they really put into it to make it valid. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. All right, that's the one experience that we have with them.
So you're personally just going through vetting
Yeah.
them all?
We got to vet them. We got to vet them before we bid on anything. And if they're in an area that is for weddings and stuff, we look, where they're located and where they say that they are. You can bet on how much money they're willing to spend for that way. And then other times it's just strictly they don't put enough information in, so it's just a window shopper bypassing the company. So you can tell which ones are real people and which ones aren't on all those kind of services. For weddings and stuff like that, what happens there is it's an emotional buy. So therefore, at wedding shows, you're booking them right then and there at the wedding itself. So you get them to book now because they want to lock this in for their wedding show, and then you're charging a much higher rate at the wedding shows. Yes.
How much does it cost per day?
It's hourly based. For corporate events, generally they're in the weekend model, so it's generally anywhere from on the lower side of $2,000, on the higher side around $5,000 for trade show, because they have so much work going into their presentation layer that they generally create all custom icons related to their business. So we have to keep going through their legal department, so there's a lot of time invested there. And then getting it into the show depends on what trade shows you have to go through and what dock to use and what union you have to use to push them through. Because we do go to Las Vegas with a couple of their shows with this, and so it costs us much more to get through the Las Vegas trade shows on there. So those costs are offset to them, but they normally want development and custom development on their display, their screens, their signage, the outcome of the photograph. If they're talking having 1,000 pictures per hour coming or per day, then the price has to go up to 15 cents that we have to absorb that. So we generally charge them separately. Okay.
Where are you finding, you mentioned the gig economy for the folks to run this system, where are you finding the people to work?
The work. Yeah, I don't. A lot of the other, I've developed the software itself, and I have a team of people in the Philippines that also help a little bit with it.
events and do the thing you mentioned.
Yeah, and gig work and all that stuff. And that's the greatest challenge that's there. So to run this as a business per se full time, it's actually very difficult because it really comes down to gig workers, people who want to give up a weekend and go to someone else's party. Trade shows are generally more full day things, so you can offer somebody to work a full day at that point. But like I said, and that's why I go business as a service, as a model, much like Uber, and following that sample to build up gig workers is probably the most valid method going forward to scale. Otherwise, how do I pay somebody $3 to keep their equipment at their city and have, they have no risk?
So do you want to train a team locally here in the safety area? Gig workers?
Yeah, well, we're starting in St. Pete. We would only end up with, because we want to concentrate the territories down when we go with this other business model, we want to make sure that you own your territory so you are not competing with 8 other people when you invest in the money. So we got to have territories at that point.
So where are you at that point in your model?
We haven't gotten far enough because we have to consult with an attorney. We got to build up an attorney at that point. So we need to find a relationship with an attorney and everything else like that.
Do you need an attorney right now?
Only if they don't work for a lot of money.
So I'll talk with you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, look, to answer your question, a lot of times where we do get the employees to run the photo booth would be like myself, his wife, or one of our other business partners. Our kids will also do it. We have family friends that would work regular jobs, and so on weekends, they're just like a little bit extra money, so we usually have them come in and run the photo booth since it is fairly simple.
So you're going to test it here, and then you're going to expand. Where's your next place you'd like to expand?
Most likely Atlanta. That's a big territory, and we can break it all up into the area, plus it's close by to us too. Thank you, moving more now. Yes, sir.
So I was on your site and I noticed you guys have a range of services from shooting videos to even 360 videos and
Yes.
things. Are those, what's predominantly your main source of revenue?
Main source of revenue is actually what's not listed in there because it's contractually secretive right now, which is actually software development and the video market for companies that are exclusively to YouTube, live stream, Ustream right now. So I'm doing a lot of back-end system development for them. We're software development, but because we have a strong video photography and other kind of stuff, these companies prefer to work with us because we have a very strong understanding of the production side too. Right? And then that's the production side, because of what's happening with everybody in the production industry, their business models are destroyed because everybody can do video today. All the software that you can do with video and the hardware costs have been so cheapened down that it's a consumer product today. And that's what's leading to the problem in that industry. So therefore, I still do that work, but I also write a lot of the code development behind the scenes that goes into the delivery from the source to the guy's phone or any of that kind of stuff.
So how can we as a community help you grow this business?
Well, we'd love to know about getting in more events locally, and we're out to demonstrate us and show augmented reality, because that's the main thing. People don't know about augmented reality, and people haven't accepted it until this week with Pokemon. So it's getting into it, using it, and talking about it and saying thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you guys. Awesome. It's a big drink. Absolutely. Absolutely. So as always, it's the summer. The events are kind of fewer and farther between. But we do have some good ones coming up. This Friday on the Deuces, that's 22nd Street South, they're having their Jazz Festival, which is from 5 to 10 in the intersection of 9th and 22nd. That's fun. Then there's going to be an after party at the Manhattan Casino. That's all free to attend. It's going to be a really fun event. Startup Exchange is coming up on the 28th. You get to hear from JJ, amongst other luminaries, at Greenbench. So learn about how to build your startup and listen to fascinating people like J.J. Roberts. Then on 1st of September is the 2016 Good Burger Awards. That is the annual awards show that the Chamber of Commerce puts on at Janus Live to recognize cool things, cool companies in the community to just have a really good time, hang out, and drink quite a bit. I have to work there, so I won't be drinking, but please enjoy in my stead. So our next presenter is one of the coolest organizations in the community. They have been around for some time, but they're launching a new initiative that they're going to come up and tell you. So Jody, Allie, would you guys come up? What is Creative Play up to?
Oh, hello everyone. I'm Jody Whitehouse. I'm Director of Exhibitions and Artist. Yeah, I'm member artist at Big Lane. So, Creative Play is an art center and gallery on Central Avenue, and we serve adults with disabilities through art. And I don't know if anyone is familiar with us, but we've been around for we're in our 21st year. So we teach artists in our studio classes, and the artists sell their work in our gallery, Goodfield Gallery, and they earn money from the sale of their artwork. They also learn the business of being an artist, which is how to self-promote, learning new skills, and we also we call ourselves folk artists, but that's a very general term. It's an umbrella for outsider art. It can encompass intuitive art, self-taught artists, but it also can encompass art that has just a very fresh look and that would easily fall into the realm of other kinds of art as well. It's quite original and very collectible. And one of our newest initiatives is to market it. We have so much fine folk art in our center that we are having summer sales right now. We have many shows in the community. Allie's been in shows at Strands of Sunshine. We sell our paintings and our mixed media pieces and our ceramics to help support creative play and the artists. Right now, during our summer, we decided that we would start with a new initiative, which is an online auction. It was to raise funds and reach out to bring in new collectors and get people interested in starting a collection or growing their own. I forgot that I have to do this. So, forward. We titled it 100 Pieces in 100 Hours. And because we wanted to make it a donation for creative play with a gift of artwork, we decided that we would make it fixed price and that with your donation, you would be able to select the art on a particular software that we didn't purchase. We're participating in, if I'm explaining this correctly, being an artist myself, and you choose a piece of the beautiful folk art and from different categories. And then the artist is still paid, but it's fully tax deductible for the donor. The auction began, and these are some of the pieces that you can look at. Well, if you want, while you're looking at this, you can pull it up on your phone. You can pull the site up on your computer or your iPad. And I wanted to go back to this for a moment because the company that we're working with is called Ready Set Auction. They do have a number of products. we took the one called Light because it was least expensive and more easy to set up. Did this pretty quickly. I'm the one who input with a number of other people working on our team. And so now we are selling work. It's not as active as we had hoped because you do your own promotion. You can send out invitations on the software, but it really is for us to do the marketing. We've reached out on social media through e-blasts and the community, and we are targeting our community through the sale of art. We have Ian, and we also have an artist named Lawrence, who's talks and narratives. We have art by other artists, and this is Allie, and I want to introduce Allie again, who is one of our more famous folk artists at Creative Play, and she brought some examples of her work, and Allie, want to talk about it?
I'm inspired by my dad because I like the mining things and artwork and smoking, but
Well, you can show the rest.
my dad's always doing it.
Now, the piece that Allie want to talk about, the piece on the screen, too. Is it collaborative?
Yeah.
Which are your characters? Want to show the rest of Allie uses motifs and has her own narrative of art. So, I think that's it. And we were happy to answer any questions or share more information as we can. Yes.
If I bought a piece of this art, should I go on Facebook and post a picture of myself with that art?
Would you please do that? That would be fabulous. Thank you for that suggestion. We are open to any further marketing suggestions before this particular auction is finished tomorrow. And we are going to do more because the product that we bought, we can wait a certain amount of weeks and then have another auction. So I think it's a wonderful tool if we can get it out there further.
So what other kinds of mediums do you guys use? You guys painting, clay?
Clay, although our name is Creative Clay, we are in all of the art mediums, from filmmaking. You know, we've had Creative Clay movies on YouTube, and our art, and we have textiles, acting, music, ceramics, drawing, painting, and also our classes are taught by professional local artists so that we employ artists in the community. Yes?
How do you recruit the artists that are in your center, and do they do this full time, or is that they go to school as well? Or?
Well, it's a very good question. Allie's in the class. Are you there 5 days a week? We have a number of programs, but our most popular one is the community arts, and you have an option to come up 5 days a week. And depending on people's schedules and their lives, some people have jobs, they can come from 1 to 5 days. We have been fortunate. We do, we seem to be word of mouth and known within the, as one of the finer art centers for people with disabilities. We have a lot of other programs too. We do promote. We do print advertising. We do all the social media as well. But as far as bringing in member artists, I think that we have a long waiting list right now. So, and we're going to start a Saturday class to accommodate people for that. Yes.
To bring in more artists, would you be interested in having more mentors or professionals to work with those budding artists? Are you interested in more staff to expand your program so more can participate?
Well, we do have, yes. We're always interested. We have a large volunteer population through Eckerd College and USF and the high schools. Our staff, we have a small staff, but we also have a large amount of local artists who do come in and work part-time with us. So yes, we're always open to meeting artists, having people come in different disciplines. So if you are interested, you can contact us. I don't think I have our contact information up there, but it's creativeplay.org. And yes, we're always interested. We additionally participate in every second Saturday art walk. Come down and see us. August 10th is our next one. And we will have a new exhibit as well, and people can get to know us and visit.
Is it possible that or have you done this in the past, contracted, your artists are contracted to do some work?
Commission pieces?
Yeah, commission.
Yes, we do have commission pieces. We have one artist right now, Dolores, who has had ongoing commissions with the FPEC in Tallahassee, which is the Disabilities Council. And it seems that every retirement painting a gift is a painting of hers. So this does go on, but if we do that, you can come in and look around and see a style of art you like and commission a piece. Absolutely, yes.
I just want to add with that, we had Dolores actually for a conference that we did. We commissioned her to do 4 pieces, and it's amazing. She also talked about each piece and what went into it as she presented them, so it's great.
Yes, and now Dolores is self-taught. She has, Dolores was a member artist who took classes with us and has gone on to volunteer and now is teaching some of our classes.
If I had a business or co-working space or something like that I ran, is there a way I could get Creative Play to decorate that space for me?
Thank you. That's a very good question because we have and are further developing arts in public spaces and arts in offices program. I'm working on that now. All you have to do is contact me as the curator and I can look at the space, come in, and talk to you about what themes you might want and come in and hang your work too. But we're going to also start to make it a model where it's a contract, if the art can be for sale or not, and the contract would be to, after so many months, change out the art and see how that goes. So, yes.
I want to make sure I understand. So are you saying that you're doing an online auction currently?
It's currently online, yes.
Okay, is this the first time that you've done this?
Yes.
Do other studios do it? Is that why you're doing it now, trying it out? What was the thought process?
How did it started as we're trying to move our inventory of folk art, bring in more people and bring in more funding. The sale of our art does not completely support our organization, but we want to grow it. And I've worked for years trying to get it into other venues, and we do sell it. But right now, the discussion from our AD, Kim Dorman, and other people involved were to do it now, do it this summer, do it fast, and try it out. And my link was as a graphic person and knowing about online auctions. It's not brand new, but it's new for us. And so it seems to be another way to get immediacy going. But obviously I don't think anyone in this room or a few people might have known about it. So the marketing side of it is, we're open to wonderful new ideas as well.
How would glad you choose Ready Set Gallery instead of putting stuff up on eBay, which everyone's heard of?
Right.
If you type in painting, you get a bazillion.
Of course, and that's an ongoing, we are setting up online stores on our website and selling our art more and more. We are building that. We promote it on Instagram, and we've had, this is just one more way to bring people in. It's not the only way. And I think it's a way to just keep it fresh and keep it going. And Ready Set Auction is probably one of many companies that do this. Yes?
Have you considered, have you considered doing some prints, limited edition prints for
Yes.
some of your most well-known artists?
Yes.
And
We-
create revenue on a regular basis?
Yes. And that's what we would do if we were selling when we develop our online store, which is going to include that, where you can order a T-shirt or a print or a bag or something with the artwork.
I think you showed it before, but I missed it. Could you go back to the slide with the website where we can go and look at all of this fantastic art and perhaps purchase it?
Thank you. Here it is. It's a long, this was an experiment for us.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to remember that. I know.
It's a very long.
We'll put it on all of our social media channels.
Okay.
Facebook, Twitter.
Linked on the Creative Play.
Yes,
website.
it
Okay.
is. It is easier. And I've been working with the support there to get in.
Just an easy suggestion for next time. Do
Yes.
a link shortener like bit.ly.com or whatever. So just use a link shortener.
Okay,
That's
so that we might be able to just have the name in.
Or buy a separate domain and direct it on for spaces.
Oh, I'll have to do that. Thank you. Yes.
So in relationship to your comment, as a small business owner, do you have, when you take all the ideas that people give you as a business, do you actually have the anchor people there to support your marketing development going forward, or is it on your shoulders? Do you have enough people to move this in the direction that you want to go? In other words, I'm asking you, how can people help you? Can we volunteer to help you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We are, a full-time staff is probably 5 dedicated folk art and artist lovers. And then, yes, absolutely, we always welcome people to come in and help us with development or marketing or, whatever their skills are and they would like to contribute.
And what would be the primary need right now?
Well, very good question. There's so many.
Development.
Yeah, thank you. Development. Say what you wish for. Yeah, development and fundraising. Yes.
I think you mentioned that this hasn't been marketed well yet and it's live now. What can we do in this room? I mean, in 1 million cups, we're going to push it out on our social media channels. But what can we do and what have you done so far?
Well, we would love your help and to spread the word on your social media. We have sent out every day on Facebook, Twitter. We have a very active accounts there. Instagram, constant contacts going out. But sharing it from Facebook would help us tremendously.
Okay.
And as Sean mentioned, if you purchase something, post it, and please direct people to it, and share it with your friends. That's really, and like Creative Play, and send me your email too if you'd like, so that I can share our news with you when we send out social marketing, in e-blast. That would help a lot. Thank you.
How important has it been for you to be part of the Edge District?
Oh, good question. I think that the Edge District, it's important for the Edge District to be part of Creative Play. We were there first, and they grew around us, and in a beautiful way, and I'm very proud of what the Edge District has done, led by Barbara, and others. Are you from the Edge District? I know. Arthur. Speaking of volunteer, Arthur has been helping me with my marketing. So I'll see you later. But the Edge District is a very, very vibrant area now, as you know. I wish we had more galleries. But the restaurants and the traffic have definitely brought more people into our gallery. We have more during art walks. We average 180 visitors in a night. With sets, art sets, people are buying art. Some are slower. But the Edge District is also, rents are going up and pushing out the art galleries and artists and small shops. So that's, yes.
You mentioned before you had a waiting list. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Clients?
I guess.
Yes. We are one of the smaller we are the only solely art-focused agencies to serve people with disabilities in St. Petersburg. We have others. They are also, but they are not just focused on art. So when we also have a program with Pinellas County Schools where young adults will come into that program and learn to be artists. Those are people who aged out of high schools. And then after 4 years, they're welcome to come into our main studios. Because we have not limited space, but we are only able to handle take in, we have about 50 clients. And the waiting list is, it's scheduling and it's bringing people in. So we are able to grow with that now and develop a Saturday class. People are referred to us through other artists there, as well as through their support systems, and they hear through their community of supports that we are for artists. Yes?
Question. Do you guys have workshops that like anyone could attend?
We do. We're going to develop Saturday classes in the arts. We have an open studio on Wednesday for people who, anyone who wants to come in and work. It happens to be free at the moment. We're going to set a small fee for that. We serve other people other than people with disabilities. We have summer camp for children going on right now. A mix of kids with and without disabilities. And we also have workshops, folk art workshops. The last one was during Folk Fest, which is our annual fundraiser in the fall. It will be November 5th and 6th this year on the street in front of Creative Play. But we'll have folk art workshops. We have well-known artist, missionary Rick Proctor was a workshop there. So there are promotions for that.
You're talking about limited sort of gallery space. In my hometown back in Australia, I come from a very sort of art-centric town, and there's a lot of collaboration with, we have a very big sort of foodie culture and restaurants very similar to St. Pete. And there's, we see a lot of collaboration of trying to share the mission of particular artists. And using wall space in restaurants and stuff like that to obviously bring awareness to not only the art itself, but the mission that you guys have is a beautiful one. And here in St. Pete's, amazing sort of little town. And I see a little bit of it around here, but definitely nothing like what I see back at home. So is that something that you guys have considered, or?
Let me understand if we would be working in outdoor murals, or?
No, just restaurants in themselves.
Yes.
You know, they have a lot of, you know, they're always trying to create reasons for people to come in and dine at their restaurants.
Yes.
And I think wall space and gallery space, there could be, you know, some sort of a networking thing that
Yes,
marketing people could consider
do you
doing.
have any leads on that? We're always working to get work in public places. Where I don't think we're in any of the neighborhood restaurants, but I was going to get in touch with, I think it's Pom Poms in the Central Arts District for getting artwork there as well. Again, any leads are very appreciated because, you know, we'll follow up on it, but we need more support with it. We were just accepted into the Shine Mural Festival. We're going to create a clay mural. One of our professional artists at Creative Clay met with the committee the day before yesterday, and we were accepted to do creative clay murals. So it'll be out there more. Yes.
So how as a community can we come together and support Creative Clay?
What do you think, Allie? Please come into the gallery. Experience it. I think that's a wonderful thing to do. Come have your portrait painted. That's easy to do. You can come one morning. You can bring your husband or wife or your friend or your dog, and you can pose and leave with beautiful portraits of yourself. Another way you can support us is that if you're an artist, and tell your artist friends that we have an upcoming invitational exhibit. It's called the Good Folk Show, and where a professional artist in the community is invited in to do a portrait of our member artists, and then you're in the gallery. We have a beautiful gallery. It's large windows right on Central Avenue, and you'll be in an art exhibit, and if it's sold, earn money and help Creative Clay. So I think that our push today is to say, please buy art.